Well, hello guys. So, like I implied a little bit in the chat, not really sure the status of this stream, but I figured I wouldn't leave you hanging too long on the splash screen, the little pre-game stuff. So, I'm here. I'm Palidore. We've got the Girlettes. We've got Shronk. We've got maybe a stream, maybe not. I'm not sure. Kind of a mixture from what I understand. Listening to some of the players before we went live here, I think it's a mixture of tech/internet issues and also maybe not having all 4 players available. I'm not quite sure, so we shall see. I'm here for the moment, though. We'll stick with it for a little bit. There's not a stream directly after this at the 30-minute mark, so doesn't I don't mind waiting too much in those cases. Although ideally we have stuff like that prepared before start times on most days, because it does get pretty busy. But for this particular stream, it's actually the only one until the top of the next hour, so I'm cool with sticking with it, seeing what they do. I'm not sure if we're going to get a server change or not, or what the deal is, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, hello to the Twitch chat. See people in there from King Gibbous, Jonah, Most Croissant, as well as Adam Fly, Boosty Boy, one Boosty Boy that is, see Real Caesar, and Good Effening. Not sure about that name. That can be interpreted different ways. Cheering on, though, the debuting Girlettes. Can confirm, or at least I'm fairly sure now. Are they all gamer girls? Despite what their profile might say on the website. I don't think so. But nonetheless, Girlettes they are. And coming in to compete here. As a new roster, anyway. Some familiar names in here that I have seen in VRML throughout the streams in the season. But roster-wise and name-wise, this is a new one here. Entering in Week 8 as we wind down the season. Boosty Boy saying there are only 2 on the team. Well, there you go. So, not all of them. Some of them, sure, But yes, it's good to see. It's good to see the diversity and the variety in the rosters. Similarly, we got Synapse playing later on tonight against Girlettes, and that's going to be an incredibly hyped match over on Channel 1, starting in a little under 2 hours from now. Talk about teams with both male and female rosters. Mix of both there with Synapse now running with Rosie and Saluna alongside their normal roster of Zach and, or not normal, they're veteran players in Zach and .com, aka YouTube. But and that'll be in a couple hours. I mean, right now on Channel 1 there's also a match going on streamed by Sir Dimwee and So Much for Subtlety, doing some cast and camming there over on Channel 1. And that's going to be, or that is Ding and Invictus, that is to say. They've also got Barrage and Schlart team directly following that, so that's probably going on right now. Can't confirm since I don't have the stream up. Don't want to make my computer chug. I feel like I'm always just on the edge of everything breaking. So I try to close down as much as possible during streams in terms of browsers and windows. I already have so much open. You have no idea. So many apps. Aiden over here. Doing a little bit of rolling. This old man came rolling home or something. I don't know the move. But hello, Aiden. Welcome to the stream. Doing a little bit of dancing. Fancy pants. Fancy dance. Oh, now pulling out the old school, looks like. So at the very least, we got our pre-game shows at the times when we do have these these situations where we got a little bit of breakage. Oh, no, over in venues the other day we had, I think, rock, paper, scissors unfold. That's a popular one. Sometimes you get the Macarena. Occasionally you get the Renegade. Sometimes you get a little bit of 70s there with a disco and then the kisses. Not that kisses are exclusive to the 70s, but disco kind of was. At least I think. I don't know. Weird to think. When I was a kid, it's like, oh, when I was a wee youth, it's like the 70s were just, were not too long ago, right? I mean, I was a 90s kid, but it's like, oh yeah, the 70s. My parents lived during that. Now the 90s are basically the new 70s in terms of when people look back, like, oh, that was forever ago. Oh dear, age is a thing. In any case, so we've got 4 players for Girlettes here. We got 3 players for Shronk. I have been pinged here. But that's by an entirely separate team, it looks like. As far as these 2 teams, haven't heard anything. I mean, I will let them know, nonetheless, that they can start when they are ready and they're able. Trying to type really gently and slowly so you don't hear my clickety-clackety mechanical keyboard. Now, what I could do is just mute myself, but what's the fun in that? Anyway, Shronk, Cat's asking, Shronk 3v4 again? I don't know. Maybe. I haven't heard otherwise. I pinged them down the Discord. They can start when they're ready. They have about 5 minutes from now until it would be the forced start time. 15 minutes past the scheduled start time, so they would have to either play 3v4 or do the forfeit. So ideally, it won't come down to either of those situations. Ideally, dilly dally. But we'll see. I have no predictions. Maybe, hopefully, we'll get the other players returning here, or that is to say, coming in here for Shronk. The main thing is you do have to have, obviously, 3 rostered members at all times, which it looks like that let's see, Robin, yep, they do for Shronk, so they can do this no problem, but hoping that's not the case. 3v4 would be rough. Would be rough. Now, this was a hype-voted match. At least, saw the teams voted on it. So usually in those situations, like, oh, yeah, these teams must really want to be streamed. So ideally, the rosters will be able to be fielded in full. Otherwise, it makes for a sad time. Just that is to say, it's exceedingly rare that you see 3v4s work out in the 3 teams' favor. I've seen it maybe once or twice in brief spurts, but if you go for a full game, you're kind of gimping yourself and dooming yourself from the start in those cases, so hoping that's not the case. Dippin' Dot saying 20 minutes late. Yeah, they still got 3 minutes until the 15-minute mark. So we'll see. And good effing saying Ding's playing right now on Channel 1, I assume. Yeah, they're facing off against Invictus. Yeah, they got on Channel 1's Ding versus Invictus right now, but immediately following the end of that match, it will be Barrage and Schlart team also on Channel 1. And for me on Channel 2 here, this is my only match of this particular hour, but that is to say in about 48 minutes from now, at the top of the hour, I'll be casting Galaxy versus Turbo here on Channel 2 with Adam Fly. And then we'll also be doing, directly after that, Cosmic Kitties versus Team Amoeba. And directly after that, Baked versus Technique. So 3 streams in a row a little later on in the evening. And if I'm not delayed all too much, then I'll also do Worst versus Carbon. All of those matches are 30 minutes apart, though, so no promises on Worst versus Carbon. It really depends on how much stoppage there is in these earlier matches. But, if I could manage it and my voice ain't wrecked at the time, happy to do some more. And, of course, I do have Adam joining, so for those casts, so it'll be even less of a voice load, I suppose. But yeah, so I mean, they do have 3 rostered members for Shronk here, so they could be looking for a league substitute right now, if there is one available. But just about at the start time, so kind of on the verge here of needing to ping these players and telling them to get going, because we are at about the 15-minute mark, and although I don't have a stream after this, depending on if the game goes to a prospective 3 rounds or if there's tech stoppage, I don't want to delay too much in between this one and the next match, so we shall see. Interlock asking, do I still play Echo often or just casually? Honestly, most of this year, neither. I had like 2 or 3 bursts where I played in some privates a few like for a few weeks here and there, but really all my free time pretty much goes to something Echo related, just not playing it, basically. So I'm either casting, or I'm working on stream assets, or I'm doing other, behind the stuff scenes for the league and whatnot. But so I'm still pretty heavily ingrained in Echo on a daily basis with all my time. It's just doesn't go into the playing end of things so much. Now in the future, once things calm down a bit, we'll definitely look into getting back into it some more, and maybe even playing on a team again. Who knows? Who knows? But for now, focusing on the building aspect as opposed to the playing aspect. I already did that for a couple of years. It's great fun, but a lot of rewarding stuff to be had in this N2. Trying to build something for many teams, 200 teams instead of just one team. But yeah, in the future, I'll get back to playing again. Still love me some Echo. Good effing saying Palidore versus Jaywalker. I think Pally wins. Depends on the day. if Jay makes his first Steez shot, because he'll attempt one. If he makes his first shot and it's a Steezy one, then it's game over. He's going to win that game. I can guarantee you. If he misses the first one though, I feel like I'll have a shot at least. That said, never been one to play the one-on-ones with Echo. A little bit of a awkward thing, out of my wheelhouse, I suppose. I don't know how much you've seen from when I did play the game actively or whatever, but it was never really an offensive, like a frontliner. I was more of a facilitator, backline player, midline player, communicator, brawler, booster, stuff like that. I did kind of all the enabling things to help my true frontliners and Lemming, Simeon, iShiny, because those guys, that was their game. Playing up very strong on the offensive end. So I didn't need to be offensive. Also, someone, what did I do? I just hid my Discord window somehow. Now I can't find it. What's that hotkey? Help me, chat. What's the hotkey? To bring a minimized window that's like out of clickable zone back into your window. It's like Alt arrow or something. I can't remember. Oh dear. Now I can't communicate with anyone except the Twitch chat. Oh well. All right. Well. 17 minutes past start time, and we're down a player. So that being said, I'm not sure what's happening, but this match needed to get started a couple minutes ago. And as far as the stream goes, I might need to, if I can actually get my Discord back up. No, not Alt Tab. So like I did something. Now my window is completely out of my monitor's reach, basically my cursor's reach. So it's maximized. I just can't click it or see it. I'll go Google it. Windows tab. That sounds reasonable. Maybe. Either that or it'll break everything. Next thing you know, someone's going to tell me Alt F4. And nope. Also, just to clarify, yeah, 2v4 wouldn't be allowed, but that said, maybe I'll just exit Discord. Maybe that'll work. What have I done to myself? I've denied my ability to Discord with people. Actually, that's very appropriate to the name. That is very much Discord happening right now. Now, round is starting apparently 3v4, 3 minutes late, I suppose. So we'll at least get to that. I'm attempting to still open up Discord, but this is going to be a problem. Nonetheless, all right, going to the round. I am assuming we're starting. I'm going to try and troubleshoot on this side, but nonetheless, for now, we got a cast. So it's 3v4. It's Girlettes on orange. It's Shronk on blue, getting the start to the series. And well, fingers crossed, I suppose, for Shronk. Going to be quite frequently an uphill battle in 3v4 situations, but we shall see. I could maybe Caster's Curse this into being an exciting one. Let's see. The Beast, though, well, he's going to make the first goal. And saying, nope, no Caster's Curse. I'm going to just get started here right quick. But yes, finally starting off here. And, oh look, a fourth player. Now, is that a rostered player or a sub is the question. Either way, a fourth joining, that's good to see, so maybe not going to cost them too much if they get have this immediate emergency sub or alternate. So, Croissant joining in. Croissant was in the Twitch chat there not too long ago, so hey. There you go, rostered sub. Well, good. Glad to have him join. We got, after a little bit of awkward interactions, a turnover, and Girlettes here taking that disc right back, looking for another score as, oh, we drop a player again, and that's going to be a sad day, making the 2-point play. Lewis Rock drops it in. That's 4 points for Girlettes. And I suppose, let me go see what's happening on the ping end of things. Indeed. All right, well, tough going of things so far. Hopefully it's going to change, though. All right, now taking it up at the nest, Robin's trying to roll out to that tunnel. It's going to bounce a few different times, reach the hands here of Membad. My bad, stumbled on that one. But trying to go for that deep shot maybe. It's going to bounce right into the waiting hands and rebounded, shot by Lewis. Lewis, 2 in a row, gets it through. A couple more points for them as I continue to troubleshoot on my end. Someone Google it for me. Tell me what to do. How to open a window that's maximized but off my screen. All right, so rolling out now. Right back to Robbins trying to hit that tunnel bounce. It's going to bounce actually right into the hands of Mbad there. Has an angle that almost goes in, so that could have been a big hit for them to cut the deficit, or cut the lead there for Shronk. Girlettes in half. Wow, now I'm all confused. Nonetheless, Croissant with that disc now. Walking it up the floor, checking behind, and just trying to find an avenue to the teammate. Now that pass, a bit strong, a bit shrunk, but going to be taken out by Aiden, and Aiden's looking for that clear over. It's going to bounce into the corner and be taken here by Lewis, it looks like, uncontested for the moment. And now Lewis going to bring it into the tunnel before clearing it through off that punch. Now receiving it is Beast, AXZ, looking for the hopeful 3, unable to find it, and will be sent back out again. 3 players here for Shronk, all in the zone. See, Go No Thing in there asking what happened to the 4th player. Not sure. Not sure. Yeah, we started with a different 3rd player in here, I believe, and then Croissant came in, and then they lost the other player. So kind of a carousel of roster changes here coming in. But nonetheless, grabbing it is Girlettes. So it's a Lewis Rock, and that's over to Beast, and Beast gets another shot, and the Beast, he does feast for the 8th point. Alt-Enter. We'll full screen it. That might help. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to try it. It's going to work beautifully, I think. Or again, it might destroy everything. Nope. Did not do anything. Thanks for trying, though. I'll figure it out one day. It's not going to be a problem until I have to get into a cast right after this. Again, but a shot once again. Wow. Now that one just slipping right through. The defense was close, but that's an 11th point here scored by Beast, and Beast has just been doing all the work on offense just about. Up to what now? I mean, yeah, 7 points, 4 of it going to Lewis. So Beast and Lewis putting the hurtin' on. But all right, they will be rolling out here. Robbins right back to Mbad, and Bad going for the trench. Perhaps it's going to bounce into that zone, but be a couple players there to maybe recover. Actually just conceding it instead, so Robbins is able to collect that. Gonna walk it up the floor, attempt the duck through move, so getting the one-on-one as a result. And there's the first 2 points for Shronk. Not too shabby. So finding the jukes, the ducks, and that's about as good of a goal as you can get. As good as a goal you can hope for, basically, in a 3v4 or even a 4v4. Anytime you can find those one-on-one situations, I mean, that's still much more ideal than going, 2v2 or 3v3 in most cases, where you have to deal with all that clutter inside the bubble. So they'll take it. They'll take it. Now another clear is going to be had. It's going to bounce a few different times and will be recovered by the boosted players here. Maybe take it back. Will be bounced into the wedge, and now it's Beast here with that disc again, trying to unleash, but no, being stunned here is Flutes. As that does float back into the bubble here. Bad with the recovery, trying to clear it, does so with some success, and now linking up together here, Lewis and Beast. Of course, Aiden still takes that away, looking for maybe a ramp shot, but that just takes an awkward bounce. That said, the stack is there mighty quick, but the overshoot, once again, is going to hurt teams on every occasion. Anytime that you misread that bounce. So that said, still recovering here. Aiden VR with the goal, and that's a 2-pointer from 6 meters deep. 13-2 now for Girlettes. And, oh, a fourth player. Chubby Asian joins once again. That is amazing. And so am I. Half anyways. But anyways, going in to the tunnel here, let's hope for the best. I mean, 13-2, not impossible to come back, but at the very least, if they do have a full roster going forward from now on, this could make for a much closer game and a much more competitive, latter half of this round and second round, if nothing else. So hopefully this sticks. Let's see, though. Bad with the pass over to the cross. Uh-oh. Now messing with some tablets here, doing a little something interesting. But all right, it's going to be right back into the hands here of Girlettes in that case. As as Bad comes in and says, okay, well, tablet aside, we're going to get it right back and have a shot attempt. Could not get that, unfortunately, but Chubby will. Chubby's trying to send that up high, but just takes a bad bounce off of that Geo. Now Aiden with a clear attempt, also taking a bounce a few different times. That's going to get stuck in the midline, but the stack there trying to contest it. And just the same, throwing it back into Beast in the back lane. Now that clears through, so a few ping-pongs of possession changes here, as it will result in maybe the shot open, but not made. The ding off that post, rebounded, and now saved. Nice dive out there now from all the goalies trying to collect it back, but Flute gets it still the same. So a lot of chaos and disarray from multiple avenues as they finally find the oop. It's Beast getting the 2-pointer as he floats right above the goal. It's 15-2 now for Girlettes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Right-click the task bar, cascade windows. All right, next play. Interlock Studios coming through with the mid-round troubleshooting for me, so I don't mess myself up for the next round. Much appreciated. Hopefully that works. All right, right now it's 15-2, less than 2 minutes left. I mean, Shronk, they've had this 4-man roster now at least for the last couple minutes. So again, rough going of things, trying to make a comeback this late into the round, but they can still, if they can put it together, they can still maybe come back for the round 2. That said, the stacks coming in hot, and now linking up together for a recovery. So nice job there, but Beast, unfortunately for Shronk, Beast is in the area to distribute some more punches. One for you, one for you, one for you, and there's a 3. Not a 2. It's 18-2 though. And Girlettes, they will jut out ahead by 18 points, or 16 points rather, as this round starts to wind down.
7, 6, 5, 4.
See, it might wreck my other windows though. That's okay. That's okay. We'll wreck everything. Let's see. Well, it did something. Back into the game, though, as we go to the mid lane. It's Aiden VR trying to take that disc back. It's going to bounce right back into his own hands. So we're going to walk it in, perhaps. The boost coming in, though, taken unawares and taking the disc back was Chubby, but sending it right into the hands there. Just waiting, sneaking by. It was Beast. Beast couldn't find that goal off the backboard, so that's going to be another bouncer right off the wedge and into the waiting midst of Chubby again. So Chubby with a chance here to maybe score one more time for Shronk as they start leading into round 2 here very soon. Now a nice boost coming in, but another overshoot, so will result in the goal being covered off here. They'll still have a chance at it, trying to work around with a good pass to Chubby, and finds the goal. A great assist there from Croissant. A most timely assist, in fact. And that will be the 4th point here. Shronk getting back on the scoreboard one more time at least to finish this round. And yeah, Girlettes will take it away though. 18 strong points. And I think, yeah, for Shronk, now that they have a full roster, it's going to be tough because, anytime not only being down a person for a while, but then having kind of unpredictable tech issues and then, unexpected rostered sub, things like that, makes it hard to really gather a rhythm and find your game plan, right, when it's all immediate like that. So that said, they'll have to maximize their minute of intermission time here, ideally, and see if they can't find something good to get going. Now, that said, let me try and see if that fixed my... No, it didn't fix it. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. All right, so my Discord thing is still kind of broken. I'll figure it out eventually. But thanks for trying, Hinterlock. Still in the clutch. I have no idea what I did, though. Anyway. Regardless of that, to the chat, thank you for joining and also for your patience. I know it's been a little bit of a awkward stream. Very delayed start time, questionable roster situations. But nonetheless, you know, bearing with it, I'm hoping for the best here for Shronk, that they're able to get it going in the round 2. Girlettes here in their debut, I'm sure, you know, satisfied if they can take a win, but at the same time, you got to figure, you know, you do want to, generally speaking, we're all competitors, right? Even me, who doesn't play anymore, but we're all competitors. We like playing and knowing we have a full game against a team where we have to fight for a victory, make it close, and things like that. So hoping for a lot of that here in this second round. Let's see. Getting started off quick, slapping it into that deep end and now throwing it, looking for maybe some boost right after the fact. If they can, they got some nice ones going, so there you go. It's going to turn into a 2-on-1 at the goal, so first score maybe off the backboard, going to ding off that post. Rebounded by Robbins, and Robbins right in the basket. Basket Robbins. 2 points for Shronk. That's a nice way to start off, and maybe a change of pace here for Shronk on the blue side. Hope so. Hope so. All right, so Aiden VR rolling out. Q being, that's going to take a awkward bounce there, kind of unforced error. Might cost them, in fact. Look at that. Chubby coming through, but oh, another ding. So missed opportunity, but a rebound just the same. That would have put them up 5, though, and started making Girlettes sweat. And I think in this case, as Chubby goes for a shot there, it's Beast. Gonna steal it out and save and send a clear. I think for Girlettes, it's a problem where a lot of the time, too, when you're heavily at advantage, it's easy to kind of let off the pedal as well, to get lulled into a certain rhythm or a certain kind of autopilot type thing where you don't come out quite as hot out the gates as you did in the previous round because you won so decisively. So I think that's part of it, Some of it, the momentum from Shronk building up. Some of it, Girlettes a little bit lackadaisical just because of the pace of this game so far. It can throw off even a winning team. So just got to be careful for that and make sure you try and execute at maximum capability, 100% of the game time. Of course, much easier said than done. Right now trying to get another score done. There's a good recovery. That's going to take a bounce right off the corner. Almost had another chance of going in. So Shronk getting some nice looks, just unable to find the pit right there of the goal. That said, positioned out here well enough to get a rebound and off that bounce. Bad trying to find the bow tie over to Croissant, but getting stolen. And that is not what they wanted to see because that's going to go deep into the blue zone. But look at that. Shronk getting back with the stack. So honestly, they're doing a great job for Shronk here to really get back and forth in the arena with their stacks. They're linking up fast. They're being efficient with it. A couple of the missed goals aside, I mean, the point is they're getting a lot of attempts due to positioning and then due to their speed. So Shronk definitely picking up some momentum. It's not reflecting yet on the scoreboard, but it should very, very soon if Girlettes can't kind of stabilize here. Because at the moment you can see even stuff like that where it's just a little bit out of rhythm, out of sorts. Those ones, got to be careful not to let it snowball against you. So trying to make a play here again, but once more off. Cleanup from Beast, and Beast also off. So this is just turning into a kind of a shot fest, but not a score fest. Now just needing to find their stacks fast. Stack fest. Over here, though, it's going to be an open goal. If they can get that read on it, we'll be a little late. So there's one in the goal. It's a 4-on-1, now turning into a 4-on-4, but unable to get there fast enough and turn around. So with another goal, it's 4 points here for Shronk. Almost a save by Beast. And yet, 2 points just the same it will be for Shronk. Eking its way through just at the last second there. See one Boosty Boy in the chat there promoting the emotes. Yeah, why not? One Boosty Boy, of course. Very frequent and popular Echo streamer. And community member. Good to see you. And one of my favorite emotes I got to give a shout out to Ignite. VTS is The Echo Lull emote. Forgot exactly what it's called. I love that emote. I love your emotes too. Right now, well, they're in a mode where they're just looking to score and get some steam back. You know, get it rolling again. Girlettes finally finding a point, a couple points, thanks to Lewis. Now they just need to turn that into some more. Regain some of that rhythm that they lost for a little while. All right, so Robin's here. Whoa, my goodness. That was a incredibly fast boost out of nowhere. That's very reminiscent of that one pregame highlight play that if you've seen that on the pregame reel. Taking them off guard, and this shot, that's going to be off as well. So I'm not sure if it's a case of these teams like really trying to paint the corners, because that's often a thing you'll see with missed shots sometimes, is because they're trying purposely not to throw it directly into goalie's hands. Always a tough thing. But then again, going off that backboard, but still the cap being made on that goal. So trying to break that cork open once more. Girlettes off that backboard. That one is going to go in for Lewis. So back-to-back goals for Lewis. And now a tied-up game as a result. That disc getting stuck for an awfully long time here on this side of the floor now, the last couple of plays.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Well, for Shronk now, they're right back essentially 0-0. If you think of it that way, just another reset, evened up on the scoring end. You have 4.5 minutes left, so they need to kind of get back to what they were doing earlier on, which is to say, that header is going to go off a couple times, but which is a save for Shronk. Find that speed again, you know, get some successful clears, and then find those boosts. At the moment there, you can see lurking in the midfield, it is Aiden. Once and maybe twice. Now it's Flute this time, but taking it back is Robin. So doing just that, Robin the disc, and now taking an angle. It's going to be a tough shot and just barely missing that one, but still a rebound yet coming in from Bad, and another tough angle being had for them on these shot attempts. So we'll have some good positioning here. That nest pass perhaps a bit strong and contested very well by the defensive end regardless. Lewis being stunned here, but snagging it out of the air was AXZ Beast. That's going to result in another clear. Croissant now and Chubby looking for their own boost, while on the front line, Beast recovering the disc. Now he has an angle, is going to wind around the pole, but no, being stunned out right before he arrives at the anchor. So Bad gets a clear. And once more, look at the boost, really strong from Shronk. And now just need to make a play here on the off-balance defense, but taking another shot that's a bit rushed. So I think at this point, too, for these teams, both of them trying to look for maybe some cutters or some dunks, alley-oops, backboard passes, things like that. But everything that's going in from, you know, more than several feet out the zone, it's very, very rushed and just kind of missed as a result. So we'll be taken here by Chubby, looking for their plays. I mean, I like the positioning, but I also like the defense being played. You can see Lewis cutting off that backboard pass, because this is a great area to go for those passes, but defenses, you know, if you can cut those off, that'll be very, very helpful to your efforts. That said, going for another deep one, had no choice but to fling it because of the defense draped all over, kind of wearing the defender like clothes before the stun. Tied up here, and because of the scoring pace, any score could be potentially a game winner. I mean, 4-4, let's see, trying to make that passing play, rebounded play, and the shot on the way. There it is. It's Bad. No, it's good for the 2-point shot. And that's a 2-point lead at that, as Girlettes now drop a player. So maybe a Girlettes resets. Let's see, maybe. One could bet. Indeed, looks to be the case. Button was hit, and there you go. So now they will lose one player. And oh my. What a chaotic stream this has been, I must say. Thoroughly chaotic. I suppose I'll use that moment of breathing room to maybe tend to my Discord, which I still can't get open. All right, sorry about that silence. I'm just trying to fix my own thing. It's kind of tough when you're running a one person stream. Not that I'm complaining. Just saying, I am a horrible multitasker, as people well know at this point. Let me see. You know what? That's okay. I'm just going to build a new PC to fix this issue. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go buy some parts. I'm going to build a new PC in the downtime before the next stream. I'm going to overkill it to solve this problem. Just you watch. Just you watch. Gosh. Anyway. All right. So, players still trying to get back in it. If any of the players from Girlettes or Shronk can hear me and you're trying to communicate with me, my current incompetence at knowing how to maximize a maximized but hidden window means that I can't communicate with you on Discord at the moment. So if anyone's trying, you're going to have to reach me through here with a highlighted message or something. Oh well. I tried the Windows P thing. That just, that's for extending monitors and such. Open Discord on Chrome. Also an option. Good idea. Shall try that. Now, anyways, aside of my weirdness and my tomfoolery right now, how well are you guys doing? Like I said, been an interesting stream. We do have games over on Channel 1 as well, by the by, so, you know, if I'm boring you too much on this timeout, there is options for you. At this point on Channel 1, there should be a match between Barrage there and Schlart team, I do believe. Both very strong teams here in Master League. Schlart team in the Diamond Division, you got Barrage in Gold. Sure to be an interesting match on Channel 1. And, of course, once more on this channel, I'll still have more to follow for you as well. I'll be casting Galaxy and Turbo at the top of the hour. Then after that, I'll be casting Cosmic Kitties and Team Amoeba. Following that will be Baked versus Technique. So, a lot more to come. This might turn into a 5-match-in-a-row stream just based on how long this one's going on. But yeah. Tom Welling's in the chat there saying, joined Full Metal Jacket. That is hype in itself. Now, I haven't been able to get a ton of matches casted personally for Full Metal Jacket, but I still maintain the fact that one of my favorite matches of the season was Full Metal Jacket versus Iron... I always want to say Iron Giants. I know it's not Iron Giants. Iron Legends. There you go. But yeah, one of my favorite matches of the season so far, at least for a non-master team, I suppose, which is not a knock at all, but just it was, I think like there was a double overtime, I believe, or I mean there was like 4 overtimes or something, 3 overtimes, something like that. I mean it went into an overtime in multiple rounds. Might have been a double OT, 3-rounder. Every round was decided, you know, by just the last 20-30 seconds or so. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I cast hundreds of matches per season, so sometimes after a few weeks there, they end up getting all mishmashed in my head. But, you know, certain names and details stick out to me. I remember that being a super entertaining match. Casted that with Adam, I do believe. Adam R. Fly, who will be joining me for the cast here fairly soon. But yeah, I see people talking about, I see playing on Rift, and yeah, I think honestly the quest users at this point in the competitive setting, probably pubs too, but you know, outnumber the PC players at this point. Again, mentioning season 1 of VRML from February through the middle of May. I mean, we basically had 42 active teams on any given week. You know, some teams would go active and inactive, so it kind of varied, but usually it hovered right around 42, give or take. And then a couple months later, we're now at 170 or so. I haven't gotten the latest count as of this week, but it's pretty much it grew every week from weeks 1 through 4 or 5, something like that. And I think it ended up stabilizing now around the 170s because we started season 2 with 139 active teams, and then it was like we got 5 to 10 more teams each week for like the first month. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, so at this point, basically talking about quadruple the size of what we were dealing with in season 1. So quest users are absolutely a massive part of the pool, and I wouldn't be surprised to see, and I've mentioned it before, but in seasons 3, 4, and beyond, I mean, it would not be surprising to see some of these rookie teams going into their sophomore and senior seasons and so on, really contesting those long-time teams there at the top, you know, in Diamond and Master, and at some point in the future, you know. I mean, even now, you see several of these quest teams that are making it into a Diamond or approaching Diamond. I mean, it's pretty silly in a good way, though, just how fast they're catching up to teams and players who have been competing for multiple years in a short order. And yeah, so 1,101 players now. That, like I said, pretty incredible.
Orange team ready.
It was something like 1,000. It was like 1,001 when I checked a couple weeks ago, I think. But yeah, craziness, I do say. All right. Well, in any case, the full 4 are here. I'm still out without a Discord for the moment, but that's okay. Worst case, actually, why didn't I just think of this earlier? Give me like 10 seconds. I'm going to go get my phone from over yonder. I'll just use that. Be right back. And yes, I said over yonder. People still say that, right? I do. I say yonder, I say indeed. I say all the words that you guys should be. I'm a linguist. Not really. But I like words, if you can't tell. All right, so well beyond the 5-minute timeout mark at this point, making my attempt to check out what's going on over in the org channels, if I can. But it's just about getting to the point where, I mean, I'm not really sure if I'm going to have to call this particular stream or not, because it is getting pretty close now to the time that I need to prep for the next stream. So we'll see here. Not seeing immediately too much. Let me see, though. Yeah, I got lots of pings, as is usually the case. I don't see a ping particularly from these teams, however, so with that said, and now it's turning into a 3v3, so I'm not really sure what's going on with this one at this point, but being that, you know, we got started about 18 minutes late, and now we're probably another 3 to 5 minutes late on this timeout. Probably going to have to call this stream, unfortunately, guys. I'm not sure what went on with this match, and hopefully the issues get settled. I do hope that they can finish it out in a satisfying fashion, but at this point I do need to kind of regather myself and set up for the next stream and get that stuff going, since there are several more matches in a row here. So, well, appreciate your patience. Hopefully you've enjoyed this TED Talk of mine, I guess. I don't know. But, yep, unfortunate. Alas. I'll be back soon here again on Channel 2. I'll be right back in another about 10, 11 minutes from now with Adam R. Fly. We'll be casting matches with a Galaxy and Turbo. And then there's 3 in a row, so then it's Cosmic Kitties versus Team Amoeba, Baked versus Technique. And that will kind of be the night here on Channel 2. Over on Channel 1, ongoing, maybe finished now, Barrage and Schlart team are finishing soon. And they'll also be having Illuminati versus Frostbite and Synapse versus Kangorillas. So a lot of good stuff up ahead on both channels. Stay tuned. But for now, I've been Palidore, and I'm not going to do the whole outro because I'm going to be back in 10 minutes. But yeah, stay tuned. Chill, and see ya soon. I don't know. See, that's what happens when I don't practice outros. Anyways, okay, BRB.